Hello everybody, this is Rosalo42 here, also known as Rowan Pettit. Now today I'm going to be doing two videos, recording, mainly because I'm going to have to split it up because, you know, it's kind of a big idea for Minecraft, or at least the update idea for Minecraft. So anyway, today I'm going to be talking about the Nether. And I've got a lot more ideas for the Nether, you know, relative to the end. So anyway, let's get in the museum here and show a small little showcase, a super small scale of the biome idea in general. So anyway, here's the standard Nether with the portal and, you know, the Nether fortresses and the ghasts and the lava lakes and the glowstone. Well, we go now. Wait, I should probably show you the spawn rate. Now, anyway, the idea for this type of biome is this: the Nether stalagmite and stalactite cave biome, which is this, by the way, this right here, has lots of stalagmites and stalactites, spawns around Nether field, which looks like this. And the shadow cave biome, which, by the way, is a very, very rare biome. It's kind of hard to find. Spawns kind of like that. It's very dark and spooky looking, with a fortress wrapped all the way around it. Anyway, if you're wondering what this bedrock is supposed to represent, this is supposed to represent the amount of the Nether you've already explored. You know, the parts that haven't been updated yet. And by the way, the Nether field, this batch of biomes can spawn different sizes. Like, for instance, you can get a mega-sized Nether fields biome with a mega-sized stalagmite cave biome around it. Oh yeah, and the surface spawns differently, and these can spawn different size, but they're rather small and they're kind of hard to find. But anyway, another suggestion for future Minecraft is Nether brick boats, allowing you to float in lava. Because personally, for some reason, I've always thought that Nether brick is a cool substance, and here's what I mean by this: it never gets any colder or hotter than its base temperature. So in other words, you can sit in like a big enclosure of this thing. You can sit in a big Nether brick bubble under some lava, and you'll never get any hot. You'll never burn to death. But anyway, the idea is so, you know, we could have some sort of boat that can survive in lava, which would honestly be really cool. So anyway, I'm going to get to the Nether, where I've done a larger showcase of everything. So anyway, to the Nether. Well, I think I've gone a little overzealous on the larger scale representation. So anyway, now as you can see here, this is the standard Nether right here. It's the standard Nether. It comes with all sorts of stuff. It's just, you know, your atypical Nether. Now, of course, I would love to actually see some gold ore spawn in the Nether, except, you know, with maybe the gold texture overlaid on the netherrack texture. That'd look pretty cool, and maybe some diamond with a similar effect. Mainly because, seriously, guys, how many times have we found diamond and gold gear in these Nether fortresses? Seriously, where do they get all this material? Another thing, rubies. I've said many a time I'd like to see rubies respawn. But in these random little floating islands that you actually see in the standard Nether, I would love for them to spawn on those. Very rarely. But anyway, so now, let's go into the way this thing generates. Now, like I said, this is like the amount of a Nether you explore, because typically most people don't actually explore that much of the Nether, unlike me, which explores a lot of it. So anyway, people don't normally explore that much of the Nether, so it would be like this much of the Nether that has the old generation, and you can, you know, walk out of that render distance and probably find the new generation, which means there's a surface to the Nether, which looks like a standard hills plains biome with some abandoned villages and some volcanoes, which would actually be kind of neat to see. But anyway, okay, now to the stalagmite cave biome. The stalagmite cave biome is a really, really big biome. It's awesome. It's filled with lava. There is no solid landmass on this thing. You have to either make bridges across or get another brick boat and swim across. Now, randomly, you can find this structure, which is like, I don't know, another brick tower or something, They spawn differently. They're kind of decayed a little bit. But anyway, you can typically find them spawned. Now, anyway, if you're wondering what this little random brick here is, this is your size scaling. I think that's a very, very large. That's a reasonably sized boat. And this is a very, very big biome. And that's pretty much the idea behind that. But anyway, it's full of stalagmites, and it's a little bit more open than the standard nether biome. And not to mention, the closer you get to the nether fields biome, the brighter the render distance gets. Oops. The brighter the render distance gets. And of course, you're wondering what I mean by this. Well, you see the nether? That standard nether darkness, and hey, the beacons actually go up. But anyway, the standard nether darkness that just goes out on forever. Well, the closer you get to another fields biome, the brighter it gets until it turns into the standard nether orange, yellowish sky. So it goes from red to orange to yellow, and it stays yellow because that's the color of the sky. So anyway, you're probably like, oh, finally I've made it across the lava to these giant netherrack walls. Anyway, you climb up them, and you can find forests and hills biomes and stuff like that. But the main thing you're gonna find is villages with giant walls around them to keep out hostile mobs like the pigmen. But anyway, oh, by the way, there's no roof. And of course you're like, oh, heresy. Well, for one thing, the nether really is its own separate dimension. Why would it be considered as just up underneath Minecraftia? I don't get it. So anyway, the idea is the closer towards the nether fields biome you get, the more holes you see in the ceiling because some of the stalagmites have fallen. Or, is that right? Anyway. But anyway, once you get to the nether field, you can see the sky. It's got dark clouds and 2 suns. Wow, it's a binary sun system? That makes sense. Why it's so volcanic. But anyway, in the nether Netherfield's fortress villages, you can find 2 mobs that spawn there. Pigmen, the living equivalent of pigman zombies that are like villagers and you can trade rubies with. Hooray! A new type of villager. And that's pretty much the idea for them. And they're iron golem-like guardians, the Witherin, a living version of the Wither Skeletons. Now, they don't have to have the Witherin as their name. They could just have something else. But I'm saying we need a living version of this thing. Seriously. Of this thing. What is this thing? What was this thing before it died? Because it's like, what? 8 foot tall or something? Because it's like it's 3 blocks tall. But anyway. So yeah, that's the idea behind them. And this biome is really cool. It's kind of cool. It's got more underground for you to explore with caves. But it's just a really neat little biome suggestion. Anyway, so that's the reason why I've got this. To show you what, the surface kind of spawns like. Oh yeah, and with the decayed villages, randomly you can find holes in the ceiling that lead down to the nether brick, nether fortresses. And yeah, so anyway, now that my brain has been thoroughly scatterfied, blarg. Now let's get on to the Shadow Caves biome. The Shadow Caves biome gives you pretty much a permanent blindness effect. It is dark. It is even more I forgot to put glass over that. Yay. Anyway, it's even darker than the standard nether biome. You have to have torches or you're not going to be able to see at all. You pretty much get a blindness effect, and it is just terrifying. It has a new terrain spawning. It's even more hectic, and you can get yourself lost pretty quick unless you leave yourself a trail of torches. And randomly, you might be able to find some sort of structure in there. But personally, I'd love to see some new type of mob in there. Now, let's see how long this has been recording. Okay, 6 minutes. Actually, I might be able to get onto the mobs for each biome. So, hey, what do you know? This might not actually be a 2-parter. Hooray! Down to 1-parter. Yes! So, anyway. Now, for each biome, I'm suggesting there be a new mob. For instance, the lava lakes and lava oceans. The lava oceans in the Stalagmite Cave biome, and the lava lakes in the standard nether biome. But anyway, in the lava lakes, we can find blaze snakes, which are really this big by comparison to a player. Yay. So anyway, they're huge. They spit fireballs and they try to kill you. They will swim around like a sea serpent in the lava, chasing after you in your boat, and they will try to kill you in general. And they will attack ghasts because they can't be harmed by ghasts because they're almost hard to kill. But anyway, they are pretty much just a giant snake with blaze rods spinning around. Now, when it's slithering on the surface, the blaze rod goes up and then runs into the other one, and they spin around each other and move, and they just go back and forth like that. Now, of course, that would be really lag intensive, so it'd just look like them moving back and forth. But anyway, it's got a nether brick texture with some lava in the middle. It really looks cool. I can't really build it with what I've got right now because this is not a modded world. But anyway, so yeah, it's just a really neat idea. A blaze snake, the sea serpent of the lava oceans. And in the stalagmites, we could either get nether scorpions, which personally I like to see nether scorpions actually spawn in the nether fields, which would be kind of neat. And the nether scorpions are pretty much just large-scale spiders with a tail that attack you with their tail and give you a poison effect. But anyway, we run into, I don't know, magma fish or something? Pretty much just the nether equivalent of silverfish, which spawns on the stalagmites and stalactites. They're like double the size of a standard silverfish, and they do not tunnel into blocks. They just kind of swim around. They just kind of slither around on it, and maybe they can climb walls. Oh yeah, and when they get attacked, their spines, which are about half the length of a standard silverfish, relative to the body, I mean, they set ablaze, and it's literally a burning silverfish trying to attack your face. And that's pretty much it. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Wrong button. So anyway, this has been Rosal42 talking about what I like to see in Minecraft, and yeah, this has been the Nether. Now, personally, I would still love to see all of this implemented in Minecraft, and since Mojang is like, hey, anybody got any ideas on Reddit? I'm gonna try and send them a link to this. Problem is, it's probably gonna be blurred under the text of everybody else that's trying to say something. But anyway, this has been Rosal42, also known as Rowan Pettit, and this has been Nether Ideas. I don't know. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.